Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCHU81 and I hope you have a great day today because I'm going to do another review for this City Toys, the amazing Spider-Man, the black costume. Needless to say, this is another bootleg, knockoff, fake.
It's a fake.
But you can see that they are copying the Mafex one. I kind of forgot how the Mafex box looks like. Maybe I can put some pictures right now. Yeah, I remember it does look something like this, but of course they will have Mafex here instead of CT. And I'm not even sure if the number is actually the same number as the Mafex, but again we saw CT here. And the window box, you can really see it does looks pretty good. And from the side, I'm pretty sure the Mafex one doesn't look like this. And even at this side, you can see it's a lot thinner, the box itself. I remember the Mafex one is slightly thicker, and at the top you can see the box is pretty beat up. And at the back basically we can't see anything because of this huge plastic that is thick. Kind of ruined the whole thing. Otherwise I think it looks pretty cool, and they do have some information here. It seems to be manufactured in Shanghai, China, but they do have something from the representative address from EU, which is Germany. Wow, is this even real? And they do have a number here and an email address, which I think it is not real. I don't think they dare to put anything real here. So let's get him out. Okay, so just like the Tobey Maguire Symbiote Spider-Man, I'm going to do a live takeout of the figure because I want to take this like a evidence in case anything broke right out of the box. I can show them the video. Yup, so let's see. Okay, seems to be pretty good. Okay, the first experience that I felt is that it is kind of light. It does have a little bit of weight, but it still feels kind of like I'm not sure if the original feels like that, but it does feels okay. In a way it is quite solid feeling. I don't know if I make any sense here. Okay, so let's check out the figure. I'll take out the accessory box first. Okay, yeah, in terms of the paint, let's take a look. There are already some mispaint here. If you zoom in close enough, you can tell that it's not being painted really properly. And okay, surprising, this part here was okay. I thought it was not painted properly as well. But other than that, I remember the original does have some shades of blue. Not sure if I can see it on this fake one, but it does being painted properly and it feels great. I mean, it doesn't feel like a cheap plastic. Yeah, okay. How about the hands? The hands being painted pretty okay. The legs, does have the blue as well, just like the original. And the back, let's take a look. Yeah, I can tell already it's not being painted properly, but it's still forgivable. Not that bad. Wow. Okay, let's take a look at the heads. Not too shabby as well, pretty good. And you can see that the paint actually reflecting the lights off, then I think it's pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good. Wow. Okay, this is nice. I mean, I can actually cheat someone off by telling them that this is a real thing, and it does feels like a real thing as well. Wow. Okay, this is very surprising. This is pretty good. Okay, so for the accessory, I will start off with the hands as always. So he does comes with a pair of relaxed hands that's already on the figure, pair of closed fist hands, pair of web shooting hands, a pair of web holding hands, pair of wall crawling hands, another pair of wall crawling hands with the magnets, and lastly another pair of legs with the magnets as well. As for the webbing, he does comes with 2 short webbings, 2 long webbings, and another 2 long webbings for the swinging pose. He also comes with these webbing bags that also comes with the original, and it looks pretty neat. Wow, okay. And beside this head, he just comes with another interchangeable heads which is slightly more angrier. Let's do a comparisons on both the heads. In a way, this looks quite similar. Oh, okay, in this area here is not the same, so this is like more focused. Yep, looks pretty good, and it's being painted pretty well as well. Wow. And here's the best part. Like I mentioned in my previous video before, in order to identify a bootleg, you must take a look at the unmasked human head. Usually they will screw that up, but for this one, will you look at that? Oh my goodness, I was expecting some cross-eye, some really ugly mole, but this is just as good as the original. Wow, this is really something. And also this city toy is trying very hard to give everything that the Mafex gave, so he also comes with a stand. Even the stand, they are actually trying to stay as close as the Mafex one. You can see the shape is almost very identical. Of course, for the real one, they do have a few layers to separate all these parts, but for the fake one, they just put everything together. So yes, this city toys does comes with everything that the Mafex gave as well, even for the magnetics arms and legs. Wow, this is just looking very good. Okay, so let's try on some of the accessory onto the body. So remove the head first. Yes, I did that just now, so it shouldn't be a problem. So let's try with these other heads. Okay, there is a clicking sound, and yep, it fits perfectly. Nothing is loose or things like that, so it's a very good fit altogether. Wow, this is nice. And let's try out the unmasked head. Oh, sorry, I do need to remove the neck as well. Okay, yep, this seems like a pretty sturdy joint here, just like the original. So let's hope it fits perfectly. Wow, another clicking sound. This is good, guys. This is so good. It looks just like the original. Wow, this is really something. Next, let's try to let him hold on to the bags. Okay, so just like the original. I managed to put it in. Okay, this looks pretty good here. And next, let's try to interchange the hands. Yep, looks pretty good. Try to put on the webbing as well. And let's try with these web shooting hands. Okay, very tight and sturdy. This just looks pretty awesome, guys. Wow, this is really nice. And next we move on to the articulations. I'll start with the head as always. So this is pretty scary because it's a fake one. So he can look to the right, looks to the left. Yep, looking up, pretty good. Wow, and looking down is also even better. I think you can look even further. Yeah, you can even push even further for the head. This is nice. Let's take a look at the joint. Seems like a solid one here, even though it's fake. Okay, and then for the hands, can go 360 degrees. Butterfly joints, of course, big movement there. And arm swivels. Okay, double joint elbow. Not as smooth as the original, but it does the work as well. So for the hand, you can swivel around, going up and down. Yep, feels pretty solid. 2 points of articulation at the torso, so you can actually turn around. Wow, this is smooth. Okay, surprisingly. And for his waist also, you can turn, and he does have the squeaking sound as well. And yeah, I think this is solid. Okay, let's see how well I can bend forward, which is pretty good. Wow, I'm bending backwards. Let's see. Yes, even better. Wow. Okay, and there's no gap. This is quite good. I kind of forgot if the original can do this. And any pull down mechanism for the legs. Wow, there is. It's a big one as well, so you can kick forwards. Yep, more than 90 degrees there. And kicking backwards is, let's see, with the legs being pulled down. Yep, not too bad, not too bad. And of course, there's no cuts on the tights, but you still can do a swivels. The double joint knee. Yes, this is very smooth. I like that. Just hope that it doesn't get loose over time. And for the legs, of course, you can turn around, going up and down. and there is toe hinges as well. Okay, and here you can see the pins are not that good. Okay, so let's see how well this Spider-Man can do a split. Okay, let's pull down the legs. Yep, not too bad at all. Okay, so I believe the articulation is very similar to the original Mafex. Wow, this is a really good bootlegs again. Okay, so for the size comparison, let's start off by comparing some Marvel Legends. I have this amazing fantasy Spider-Man, yep, which is bigger than him, as well as this the Spider-Man 2099. And next we'll compare with some SH figures. I have the Tobey as well as the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Yep, even for Tobey, it is still taller than him. And of course, I know you guys want to see how he fares with the Mafex. I do have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man here, as well as the original Mafex Symbiote Spider-Man. Okay, so it's not as bad as the Tobey comparison whereby the height difference is so much. This one is just slightly shorter, which is not that bad really. And lastly, of course, I would like to compare with the City Toys Spider-Man, the Tobey versions. Yes, you can see this is really so tiny. Okay, so for my final verdict, I would say that this is another great release from the City Toys, and I also feel that this really could be a good replacement in case you guys didn't manage to get the original ones. This I think is pretty good. I mean, the height difference is also not that much and is of a pretty good quality. Oh, okay, now from this angle I can really see some blue shadings. I'm not sure if it's showing on the camera. So wow, okay, so there are some shadings here, and yeah, the articulations, everything else is pretty good. Even the unmasked head looks decent. Wow, this is, I think, is a really good investment if you are on budget and you can't really afford to get the original. This is really a good one and I totally recommending it. And of course, if you guys are interested to get it, I will leave the purchase link down in this video descriptions. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the review and I certainly hope that it helps you guys to decide if you should get this City Toys Spider-Man, which I think you can. And I'll catch you guys again in my next video. Okay, so I'm in front of a very huge magnetic door here, and I have actually put all the hands and the feet with the magnet, as you can see, but I have not tried to stick it on yet, so let's try it. Okay, so I can feel that the magnet is not as strong as the original. Yeah, it just very softly stick on it. It doesn't have the loud sticking sound like the original. Okay, so it's not really that good. As you can see, it will start falling off. Maybe if we just adjust it a little, it might stay. Yeah, but the magnet is not that strong. Yeah, so not as good as the original after all.
Few moments later.
Okay, so what I did was I tried to hold on to it for quite a few seconds before I letting it go, and now it seems to be sticking on it pretty well. Okay, so even if it's not that strong, it can still stick quite well. Let's see. Oh.